Hello, my name is Cheok Yew. I was a President Scholar and former CEO of Television Corporation of Singapore. My first encounter with the President was when I was awarded the scholarship by our first President of Singapore, Encik Yusof Ishak. I find him at the time as a young man to be a most intelligent person who was very unassuming and very kind, and I was very proud to call him my president. My second encounter with the president was when Mr. Ong Ting Cheong became the first elected president of Singapore. I was then working at the Television Corporation of Singapore, and I remember Mr. Ong launched the President Star charity show. He even came and practiced and performed on the piano live on TV one of his favorite songs to try to raise as much for charity as possible. When I left the Television Corporation of Singapore in 2000, I was so surprised to receive a personal letter from President Ong thanking me for my services. I was so surprised because even my chairman didn't say goodbye to me after I've contributed 9 years of service. So the point really is, this gracious act from President Ong shows the kind of person that he is. Both presidents I've met came from different times, but they share the common qualities of the kind of human quality that we can admire. Intelligent people, there are a lot. You can throw a stone in the cabinet and you hit a few president scholars. I'm not encouraging people to be violent. Hope I don't get arrested. But these human qualities are lacking in Singapore. And I see them in Tan Kin Lian, who will make a good president for all Singaporeans. That is why I stand here to support Tan Kin Lian. I know Kin Lian for 20 years. He has a brilliant mind, although he doesn't want to show it. He's fiercely independent. But what I admire most about him is that he has a courage. A lot of us have ideas and we bitch a lot, but very few of us really dare to stand up, especially to speak for the common man. He was a lone voice in the Lehman Brothers crisis for the thousands who lost their savings. The other day, I read in Chao Pao asking this stupid question about which candidate looks presidential and which candidate doesn't look presidential. Maybe they mean the candidate must fit a certain mold of the elite who has to graduate from some Ivy League university like Oxford or Stanford. But you will remember the remark by Lee Kuan Yew, the famous remark that Mr. Ong Ting Cheong was only the third choice, his third choice for the Prime Minister's post because he did not speak good English. I always wondered if Mr. Ong would look good as a PM. But well, President Ong turned out to be one of the most effective and popular presidents. So don't judge a book by the cover. I think Kin Lian's track record of his 30 years in NTUC, managing such a vast reserves and safeguarding the money of all the million policy holders, is a track record that is very hard to beat. I don't think I can even think of anybody who has that kind of record. To me, he's the most qualified in the key presidential role of safeguarding your CPF money and our national reserves. I remember some time ago, some people asked Kin Lian, why don't you stand for the general election? Then you will be able to sit in parliament and take a more proactive role. I think he really gave me a very good answer. Will he be more effective as an elected president, or will he be more effective as one MP out of 87? Now it is 3 months after the general election. Has the parliament met yet? When is the parliament going to meet? 10th of October. Friends, 5 months. What are all the MPs doing? All of you must go and ask our MP, these 5 months, what are they doing for you? But Tan Kin Lian, as your elected president, not only will look after your CPF money, he will also have the moral authority to bring your views and aspirations, your concerns, your problems to the government. And he will be able to work with the government to make a better life for all of us. Some say the new parliament with more opposition voices will be more effective. Do you think it will happen? I am not hopeful. That is why we need a president like Tan Kin Lian with not only the moral authority but also other powers. One power that has not been mentioned quite often is really the power of information. Social media is about the power of information, but the elected president has the power, has the access to all cabinet papers. He can call up any perm sec and ask for information. He can call up the CEO of HDB to ask about the cost of building your HDB flat, which has never been disclosed. How much profit they've made from the land that goes into the reserves and are locked up, not for use for the good of the people. So with this power, as well as the power to check on the integrity of civil servants, I think the CEO of HDB will not tell Mr. Tan Kin Lian that it will take 56 man-years to calculate the cost of the HDB flat. Mr. Tan Kin Lian will give him 56 hours. Otherwise, he'll be out. Singapore today is a home that we can't recognize anymore. There are so many deep-rooted problems which cannot be solved without the transparency, the honest and open approach to really look comprehensively at all the policies. Our society has become so elitist that we really don't care enough for the poor in our society. The idea of enriching the rich people so that money will trickle down to the poor, I think it doesn't work. The strategy to grow the economy at all costs by importing huge amount of foreign labor is creating a divided society. It is straining the social fabric and as well as a physical infrastructure. What we need today is a president like Tan Kin Lian who can relate to all the common people like us and be your independent voice to make a better life for all of us. Vote for Tan Kin Lian.